So what's going on, guys? It's your boy Dom Kemp, and welcome to Premier League match day 3, week 3, guys, of the Premier League season, guys. And we're gonna start off from Monday, last Monday, guys. And this is actually interesting right here. On Monday, August 21st, Manchester City ended up playing Everton. They ended up drawing at the Etihad Stadium 1-1. Looking at the scoring summary, in the 35th minute, Wayne Rooney ended up scoring for the club before halftime. And in the 82nd minute, Man City's Raheem Sterling ended up scoring right before the 90 minutes was up. Looking at the match stats, guys, Manchester City had 19 shots, 6 shots on target. Everton had 7 shots, 2 shots on target. 7 fouls for Man City, 9 for Everton. 7 corner kicks for City, 1 for Everton. 0 offsides for Man City, 3 for Everton. 65% time of possession for Man City, 35% for Everton. 1 yellow card for Man City, 2 yellow cards for Everton. Each team had a red card apiece in this game. 1 save for Man City and 5 saves for Everton, guys. So that matchup ended up in a draw, but we move on, guys, to Saturday, August 26th, just 2 days ago, where Bournemouth ended up playing Manchester City. Manchester City ended up walking away with a 2-1 victory in that one against Bournemouth at Vitality Stadium in Bournemouth, guys. So pretty interesting victory right there. Looking at the scoring summary for this matchup, guys, in Bournemouth, Charlie Daniels ended up scoring in the 13th minute of the game with Bournemouth's only goal. 21st minute, Man City's Gabriel Jesus ended up scoring for Man City, making it 1-1 in the 21st minute. And in 90th minute plus 7 minutes in stoppage time, Raheem Sterling scored a late winner for Man City, and they ended up winning the matchup 2-1. Match stats for this matchup was in Bournemouth: 9 shots, 3 shots on goal. Man City, 19 shots, 8 shots on goal. 13 fouls for Bournemouth, 14 for Man City. 2 corner kicks for Bournemouth, 5 for Man City. 3 offsides calls for Man City, but none for Bournemouth in this one. 30% possession for Bournemouth, 70% for Man City. 5 yellow cards for Bournemouth, 4 for Man City. Only 1 red card was given out in this matchup, and that was to Man City. 0 for Bournemouth. 6 saves for Bournemouth and 2 saves for City, guys. So that was an interesting matchup. But, guys, we all know who was really going to win that matchup. Most likely Man City, and they did show us that. Next matchup was Watford against Brighton and Hove Albion, which finished 0-0 or 0-0 if I say it like that. Vicarage Road Stadium in Watford, they would finish 0-0. Looking at the match stats for this one, Watford ended up having 8 shots, 0 shots on goal. Brighton had 16 shots, 2 shots on goal. 7 fouls for Watford, 18 fouls for Brighton. 3 corner kicks for Watford, 11 for Brighton. 0 offsides for Watford, 5 for Brighton. 42% time possession for Watford, 58% time possession for Brighton and Hove Albion. 0 yellow cards for Watford, 1 for Brighton. Only 1 red card was given out in this matchup, and that was to Watford. And 2 saves for Watford, 0 for Brighton, guys. So that matchup was pretty dull and pretty boring in my opinion. It ended up finishing 0-0 at the end of it. Another matchup that ended up finishing 0-0 was Huddersfield Town against Southampton, 0-0 at John Smith Stadium in Huddersfield. It ended up finishing 0-0 in that matchup. The match stats just go to prove this right now. 16 shots for Huddersfield. 6 of those shots were on target. 6 shots for Southampton. 3 of them were on target. Each team had 10 fouls in this matchup. 5 corner kicks for Huddersfield. 4 for Southampton. 0 offsides for Huddersfield. 3 for Southampton. 45% time possession for Huddersfield. 55% for Southampton. 0 yellow cards for Huddersfield. 1 for Southampton. No red cards given in this matchup. 3 saves for Huddersfield. 6 for Southampton. Moving on, though, guys, that was another real dull match. But, guys, we have Newcastle United versus West Ham United, the battle of the Uniteds. And it was a shocker. Newcastle United upsetted West Ham with a 3-0 win at St. James Park in Newcastle, guys. So pretty interesting right here. Looking at the scoring summary, 36th minute was Joselu from Newcastle. 72nd minute, it was Clarence Clark from Newcastle. And in the 86th minute, the final goal of the matchup, Newcastle's Alexander Mitrovic ended up scoring in the final minutes of the game and leading Newcastle United to a 3-0 victory against West Ham. Match stats for this matchup, Newcastle had 17 shots, 8 on target. West Ham had 8 shots, 3 on target. 17 fouls for Newcastle, 11 for West Ham. 7 corner kicks for Newcastle, 5 for West Ham. 0 offsides for Newcastle, 2 for West Ham. 38% time possession for Newcastle, even though they still won 3-0. 63% for West Ham. 1 yellow card Newcastle, 3 for West Ham. No red cards given in this matchup, but 3 saves for Newcastle and 5 for West Ham, guys. So pretty interesting matchup right there with Newcastle upsetting West Ham. What a shocker right there. Moving on, though, guys, it's not over yet. Liverpool and Arsenal played on Sunday, August 27th, which was yesterday, 4-0. Liverpool ended up winning, guys, and this was a massacre at Anfield. Liverpool upset Arsenal, which was pretty interesting in my opinion. Scoring summary it looks like this. 17th minute, Roberto Firmino scored for Liverpool. 40th minute, Liverpool Sadio Mane scoring right before halftime. 57th minute, Mohamed Salah ended up scoring for Liverpool. And in the 77th minute, the final goal was headed in by Daniel Sturridge for Liverpool in the 4-0 win. Liverpool ended up dominating this matchup. 18 shots, 10 on target. Arsenal had 8 shots, no shots on target, so that must have killed them. Not even a single shot on goal, and they ended up getting clean swept under the mat. 6 fouls for Liverpool, 9 for Arsenal, 4 corner kicks for Liverpool, 3 for Arsenal, 3 offsides for Liverpool, 5 for Arsenal. It was almost identical in time possession, 49% though for Liverpool and 51% for Arsenal. 2 yellow cards for Liverpool, 4 for Arsenal. No red cards were given in this matchup, but guys, Arsenal had 6 saves and Liverpool had none because not a single shot was on target for them in this one. What an upset right there. Chelsea versus Everton. Chelsea end up winning at Stamford Bridge 2-0 in this matchup, guys. And Everton end up dropping at Stamford Bridge. Scoring summary looks like this. Chelsea, Cesc Fabregas, 27th minute goal. 40th minute goal was in by Alvaro Morata, the recent signing from Real Madrid. Chelsea, match stats. This is what it looks like for them. 18 shots, 7 on target. Everton, 7 shots, none on target. Looking like Arsenal right there. 12 fouls for Chelsea, 7 for Everton. 6 corner kicks for Chelsea, 3 for Everton. 0 offsides called in this matchup. 57% time possession for Chelsea, 43% for Everton. 0 red cards given, 0 saves for Chelsea, but 5 saves for Everton in this one. Pretty interesting matchup. We move on, guys, to West Brom Albion against Stoke City. 1-1 is what this one finished, guys. It was only one goal that separated these two teams. Nope, it didn't even separate them. It equaled them. Scoring summary was in the 61st minute from West Brom. Jay Rodriguez ended up scoring, but then 16 minutes later, Stoke City's Peter Crouch ended up scoring in the 77th minute and getting the equalizer for Stoke City and getting that draw for both teams. Match stats look like this. West Brom had 10 shots, 2 shots on target. Stoke City had 16 shots, 2 on target. 10 fouls for West Brom, 9 for Stoke. 10 corner kicks for West Brom, 4 for Stoke. 2 offsides calls for West Brom, 0 for Stoke. 43% time of possession for West Brom and 57% for Stoke City. 2 yellow cards apiece for these teams, no red cards, and 1 save apiece for both teams in this one. An interesting matchup there. But guys, we move down to the final matchup of the weekend. That was Tottenham Hotspurs versus Burnley. This was an interesting matchup. Ended up drawing 1-1. Tottenham won, Burnley won. Looking at the scoring summary, here's what it looked like, guys. Tottenham, 49th minute, Dele Alli ended up scoring a goal for Tottenham to put them up 1-0 in the game. But guys, the second goal of the game, it didn't come until 90th minute plus stoppage time, guys, were Burnley's. Chris Wood ended up scoring a goal and equalizing and getting that draw. But guys, it was pretty much a dominant performance from Tottenham. It's just unfortunate that they weren't able to seal the deal in the 90th. Match stats look like this. Tottenham, 28 shots, 5 shots on goal. Burnley, 13 shots, 3 on goal. 9 fouls apiece between both teams. 10 corner kicks for Tottenham, 7 for Burnley. 1 offsides for Tottenham, 6 for Burnley. 67% time possession for Tottenham, 33% for Burnley. 0 yellow cards, 0 red cards, 2 saves for Tottenham, and 4 for Burnley, guys. So pretty much an interesting weekend, guys, right there. But guys, the biggest one, as I already told you, was the one against Arsenal. Liverpool and Arsenal. That was insane. 0 shots for the entire game on target for Arsenal. That's a shame to see. But guys, other than that, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you guys want to match today or match week 4 next week, it will be coming every single Monday. I do these. It's the Premier League season, and it's pretty hype right now, guys, so I'm pretty happy about that. But guys, other than that, thank you for listening to this podcast. Like and subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Links are down below as always. But thank you so much for all your support. I'll talk to you guys later. So guys, there's one more thing I forgot, and there was one more matchup right on the very top. And how do I forget this, guys? My team, Manchester United versus Leicester City, guys. Manchester United ended up winning 2-0 against Leicester City at Old Trafford in this one. The scoring summary looked like this. 70th minute was Marcus Rashford for Man United scoring. And 12 minutes later, in the 82nd minute, Marouane Fellaini. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. If I'm not, I apologize. But guys, the match stats look like this. Man United, 22 shots, 7 shots on target. Leicester City, 11 shots, 4 on target. 8 fouls for Man United, 7 for Leicester. 9 corner kicks for Man United, 3 for Leicester. 2 offsides given for Man U, 3 for Leicester. 69% time of possession for Man United, 31% for Leicester. 1 yellow card for Man United, 2 for Leicester. 0 red cards in this matchup, 4 saves for Man United, and 5 saves for Leicester City. There you go. Manchester United versus Leicester City. That was the matchup on Saturday. My apologies.